Welcome back to High School Backups Podcast. My name is Jake. I'm here with Kyle and Nick, and we're here to talk to you about some of the NHL's leading goal scorers, namely Connor McDavid and David Pastrnak. But I know you guys have a couple of other names you want to mention too. Nick, let's start with Pasta on the Bruins, considering his career year, 56 goals from what I gather, and that is not something he's ever really come close to before. So give me your thoughts.
Yeah, he'd previously only had 48 goals as his max season. He's been really looking forward to that 50-goal season. I don't think anyone expected him directly after he hit 50 goals to have double hat tricks to now be at 56 goals with 6 games to go and could very well push 60, something that not a lot of players have done in their career, which is absolutely incredible. So I do think that he's really pushing the envelope here. He also hit 100 points for what it's worth. There's not a lot of people that have hit 100 points, nonetheless 50 goals this season. We're going to talk about some of those who have already been there and those who are very close. So Kyle, you want to talk about Connor McDavid a little bit?
Yes. So Connor McDavid is one of the best players in NHL history. While Nick was talking, I was currently just looking up how many players have scored 60 more goals in a year. And I'll count that in a second because NHL.com makes it difficult and doesn't make it easy for me. But Connor McDavid is doing this is what you never thought Connor McDavid could have another career year, and yet here he is just doing another career year. Like Connor McDavid's just going through the roof. He's almost at 150 points this season, which when you hear that about Connor McDavid, you're like, oh yeah, he's done that before. No, he hasn't. He's actually never really. He's actually hasn't really come super close to 150 before. He's gotten 120, almost 125. In the NHL shortened COVID year, he had 105. So who knows? He may have come. He was on pace to hit 150 in the COVID shortened year. So it's possible. But
Kyle,
Connor McDavid is gross. Yes.
there has been 40 seasons that a player has scored 40 or more goals, or I guess I should say 40 singular player seasons. Not a big surprise. Gretzky has like 5 or 6 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's around 30, 25 to 30 players that have scored at some point 60 goals in a season.
So it's pretty rare. Austin Matthews did it last year. Connor
He did.
McDavid's added. Austin Matthews did it. Yeah, Austin Matthews did it last year. Connor McDavid is doing it this year. He's on pace to obviously surpass that because he's at 62 right now. So he's obviously on pace to keep going. With they have 5 more games left.
Hey Kyle, I'll ask you.
So
There are
yes,
only 2 other players other than Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid that have done it since 2000. Who are the other 2 players?
since 2000,
Yes, there's only 2 other players.
Is Ovi one of them?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
get.
think so.
I'm gonna give you the years, and that may help.
Okay,
2007, 2008 was one season, and then 2011, 2012.
the 2011-2012 season has to be Steven Stamkos, and if
It
it's
is
not, I'm
Steven
rioting.
Stamkos.
Okay. I was like, Steven Stamkos was a fucking animal that year.
Yes,
2007, 2008, it actually might be Ovi.
it is indeed
Actually,
Ovi. That was his
okay.
Let's
first.
All
go.
Yeah,
right.
he had
All right.
65 goals that season. So
All right.
I was quick tidbit. I know we want to talk a little bit about. So Connor McDavid's teammate Leon Draisaitl has also been having a career season. It kind of helps when your teammate's having a growth season. We have over 150 points, as with a few games to go. And
And
so
yet, the
you,
rest of their team is dog shit. Anyway,
hey, they've been playing really well recently,
they
Kyle.
have
So
actually. No, they
um,
actually have. Yeah.
point being, Leon Draisaitl he was already a good player. Obviously, would be a number one, number two player on any team, pretty much. Has been effectively skyrocketed into just crazy season with the help of his teammate, who's having one of the best years in the NHL if you eliminate Wayne Gretzky. So it's kind of crazy.
I did really quick want to bring up Tage Thompson, who is a right winger for the Buffalo Sabres. On a team that is as mid can be, Tage Thompson is the bright light that is keeping Buffalo fans afloat right now. This kid has been absolutely an animal the past 2 seasons. Like he came, like when he was traded from the Blues to the Sabres, everyone was thought, oh, it's just another depth piece, whatever. He's not going to do anything, and that's kind of what he was like for his first couple years in Buffalo. Like, granted, those first couple years were during COVID, so he didn't really get a major chance to really shine. And then last year, he just casually puts up 38 goals and 68 points. just out of fucking nowhere. And this year, he's on pace to go over 95 points right now.
He
He's
should
at
get
4
100. I think he'll push for it.
It's close. If he can get 11 points right now is where he's at to get 100.
They have
he's
10
close.
points. They have 10 games left, rather. They have 10 games left
Yeah.
still.
So that's close. Like, he's definitely could do it.
He's pushing it.
Like, I forgot if he had a point in the game.
Well, he had the
against
6-goal game where he was the leading scorer in the league, right next to
he
Jason
did
Robertson.
that.
Jason Robertson's fallen off a little bit, only at 42, considering he was at like 21 in 20 games or something like that. So he's fallen off a bit.
I think Jason Robinson was hurt, to be honest.
Yeah, and while you're pulling that up, he's played 76 games, by the way, so I don't think he was hurt, Kyle.
Okay, probably not then. Never
So
mind.
while you're pulling that up, we'll quickly touch on the other. So Leon Draisaitl, I didn't say it earlier, he has 50 goals right now. He'll probably get somewhere close to 55. Mikko Rantanen's at 49. He will certainly hit the 50-goal mark. He's been playing extremely well for Colorado this season. Braden Point is at 48. He will get very close as well, if not hit it. Braden Point's been playing very well as well. And then last but not least, Tage Thompson's probably the last guy that'll hit 50 unless one of these other guys just goes absolutely berserk the last handful of games this season at 44. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that concludes, just some guys that we wanted to mention about the NHL. And again, if you like the video, make sure to click the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications. Follow us on all of our socials, High School Backups on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok. So please go follow the socials. And on that note, peace.